Hey there guys, it's Tom and Dan from .deck.co.uk here with a recorded game from the latest UK City Championships in Nottingham on Saturday the 7th of January.
So, well, it looks like they're shuffling up, getting ready to start, so maybe we could talk a bit about the matchup.
Oh yeah, for sure.
While they're getting ready.
Well, on the left, Jack's playing Magnezone Eelektrik, and on the right we have George playing Magnezone Typhlosion. Two very large powerhouse decks. Be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm not sure how I feel about the matchup. I feel that if it goes to mid to late game, George has an inherent advantage because he's just got more Pokemon with more HP.
Yeah, definitely. It'll force Jack to loss burn more energy than George will have to.
Yeah.
And well, it's kind of similar decks in that respect, where they can both recycle energy just for loss burn. But George does have the Reshiram there as well, as you can see he's opening with. It can do 120 quite safely with that, while putting energy into the discard pile for attaching later and using for loss burn in the late game. So
so basically, I think that the fact that the Magnezone and the Typhlosion, they kind of work a bit better because the Typhlosion puts energy back onto the Magnezone, and it can also... The Typhlosion's also an attacker, as opposed to the Eelektrik in Jack's deck, which can't really hit very hard.
Yeah, definitely. It kind of serves its own retreat cost as well. They both have 2 retreat costs, the Eelektrik and the Typhlosion, where Typhlosion can kind of save itself because it can attach to the active rather than Dynamotor, which is just to the bench.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're just looking to get away here. I think George is starting.
Anytime now?
Yeah, there he is. I think he just drew for his turn anyway. Think we're going to see what? Oh, we see a collector. Turn 1 collector.
So good start from George then. Well, perfect start, really.
Well, yeah, collector turn 1's obviously helps a lot. If you do draw a collector and be able to play it turn 1, then obviously you're going to be able to get 4 Pokemon on the field by the end of turn 1, because you have basically started with and the 3 you search for, so you won't have a shortage of those because you're not going to get donked, so it's always good. And
not sure if he's going to be that happy about Reshiram's start, because
I don't know. The thing is with Magnezone Typhlosion is what I feel is that you don't really have a good starter. That's the only problem. There isn't really a good one. Like, I can't really see what's a good start. Same with Jack's deck in respect. I suppose that he doesn't really have a desirable starter. I think does he run Tornadus as opposed to the Thundurus?
He does instead of the Thundurus, which is quite a big difference, I think.
Obviously. Well, he runs double colours to support the Tornadoes. I suppose it's just to help donk, I'm guessing. Like, maybe add a donk factor.
Well, it can take the quick prizes, but I guess the double colours is also there for Electric's retreat if needed.
Yeah, well, that's a solid idea, to be honest. I mean, like, the retreat cost of 2 on Eelektrik is a pain at the best of times.
And when you can't... If you're only running like single energies, then you can't Dynamotor to the active, and you can, in Jack's version, you can just put the double colourless on it, retreat and carry on, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see any reason for him not to bench all 3 basics only. That's exactly what he does. Yeah. The reason he's probably playing the two of the baby eels is because he doesn't want it to get catched up and get knocked out. That's understandable. 30 HP is a very fragile amount.
The free retreat one. Got the free retreat one there.
Yeah.
I guess it saves him having to waste an energy to retreat them if they do get catched up for some early kind of
disruption.
Stalling.
Yeah, because ideally he wants to have the Magnezone active as his primary attacker at the end of the day. I'm not sure in the early game, especially against this deck, I would probably focus more on the Tornadus because I feel that it can take cheap prizes. But
true, I think the Reshiram start on George's side was probably put him off of that if he hasn't got catches available in hand or like turn 2 Magnezone to draw into them early enough. But
we see another collector from George here. Not sure if that's a good thing. Might show that he has.
I guess it could be, but yeah, as you just about to say, it could just not have another supporter, which would be
disastrous.
Yeah. But he does have the Magnezone, access to Magnezone next turn. He should be in good shape.
Yeah. I think he's okay. I think he'll be all right. Hopefully.
Yeah. Looks like doesn't have another energy, which misses the energy attachment.
It's just a pass from George there. That's not the greatest.
Yeah, obviously he would have liked to have possibly a fire energy attachment just to get him on the field, start doing outrage damage to make sure that if he does have like Rare Candy Magnezone, he's already got the 20 on there to Blue Flare the following turn if needed.
Yeah. Well, there's a Sage we see from Jack here.
Yeah.
Obviously I'll take the Magnet. I see there's a Magneton. He's obviously discarding those 3. Not sure how I feel about him taking the energy here. I'm not sure how relevant it is. In all honesty, I'm not sure how relevant it is because of the Eelektriks that he'll be getting out soon.
Very true. He could have just double colours in hand, so maybe that put him off the Tornado's choice.
Yeah, maybe. He's benched another Dynamo as well.
Yeah, the double Magneton is obviously, he doesn't have Candy in hand, but he does have at least one Magnezone he has access to definitely next turn. Because even if George took a KO on one of the Magnetons, he's got another one to get down straight away. And it looks like George...
That was just a Rare Candy Typhlosion pass, I think it was, from George there.
Yeah, it looks like it was. So.
And here comes... Wow, okay, Jack is just drawing his... Oh, wow, okay. Well, I think Jack is in an incredibly strong position now. He's just, obviously, he's got his eel. I can see an eel in his hand.
Yeah, he's got... Is that a switch?
He just played a switch, so he's got a retreat. He's going to retreat out for something else, I imagine. He's Junk Arm to get it back, which is pretty safe.
And he's got the free retreat Dynamo up there as well, so he's still got an option for after he's done.
Yeah, that's probably why it combos so well. The switching out for the free Dynamo and then going back to the Magnezone.
Yeah, definitely.
It just gets out of tricky situations, and I can see how it'd be useful. I think Jack just dropped a Cleffer as well.
Yeah, that'll be. So he's going to Magnetic Draw for 5, which is a very nice amount.
I'm not sure if I would have put the Cleffer down, or I would have actually put that Tornadus in his hand, because I'm pretty sure he had that in his hand when he Magnetic Drew.
Possibly.
Yeah,
he's got 2 double colours now, so I'm guessing
he would have been able to hit for 80 for sure this turn, because he would have had the Eel attachment as well. But
I think he possibly used his Eel attachment a little bit too early, but
yeah, well that's always. It's always a risky run from before you Magnetic Draw, and you do some powers or abilities. You might do them and then in the wrong order and regret it later. Maybe Jack might be kicking himself at this point, thinking, "Oh no, I could have had a Tornadus out." But sometimes it just goes like that, so you can't really control it.
Yeah, exactly. But he does still just get easy retreat into Cleffer and just get a fresh hand, while George is obviously stuck with nothing decent in his hand before his draw for the turn. So
yeah, I'm not sure if he wanted. I didn't really see any need to throw away his hand, to be honest. I thought his hand was pretty good. I mean, he had a double colourless Tornadus. I don't know. This seems like he's this play might give George a window back into the game by eking to set up. I'm not sure though, because obviously Jack is trying to get enough field energy on the field so that he can take out all these big Pokemon quite easily.
Yeah, because the longer the game goes on, the more 3 energy loss burns he's going to have to take. So
yeah, I think he needs to take quick prizes. If I'm in Jack's position here, I feel that in order to make the matchup a bit more even, that you need to be taking that early offensive and taking those quick early prizes, because otherwise you're just going to fall behind.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that is slowing him down is that Cleffer staying asleep though, and he doesn't have the switch in hand or the discard pile because he rescued it the turn before.
And then he eked it away, so
yeah, true.
That is going to be a problem for him, I see.
If he does get the Sage, he could Sage into it, but it looks like he's got 2 candies, a Lightning, double colourless, and Collector maybe.
Yeah, pretty terrible Sage, to be honest. I mean, obviously the energy's going in the discard for Eelektrik. I don't really
Collector's next to useless.
Everything's... Yeah, I think getting out another Eelektrik here is probably a decent idea.
It's going to allow him to just attach that energy that's discarded and just carry on what he's doing, getting the most amount of energy he can on the field.
Yeah, well, hopefully it works out for him.
Yeah.
And in George's position right now, I'm thinking...
Yeah, obviously.
I need something. I need a card, because this guy's setting up, and I need anything, a supporter, because he hasn't got one because he didn't play one last turn. I think he's only got 2 cards in his hand there.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Wow. Okay then.
So he either needs a lucky Magnezone or some form of draw.
Yeah,
draw supporter.
He needs to hit that top deck pretty hard. But as you can see, I think that's 3 junk arms in Jack's discard pile. Was that 3?
Yeah, 3 already. Yeah.
Well, that's okay then. Oh, the one problem that Jack might have later on now is that he might be using his resources too early, and he's going to find it hard to get out of some tricky situations later on in the game.
Yeah, possibly. Obviously, that Cleffa staying asleep is good for George, but Jax could have taken a prize that turn, just get that energy off the field.
Yeah, for sure. And you see
so that's just how the game goes, I guess. We
see a junk arm finally, an actual. Oh, he had a few more. He had a few more than 2. I think he had 4 in his hand. But he junk arm to get the fire in there. Afterburner it back on. Let's put the 1 on. See, this is where the 20 speedball with the Magnezone would have made a huge difference, because it would have put the Reshiram would have been on 30 now, and then it would have been one less energy to Lost Zone, which adds up. And there's no reason not to do it because the outrage would have only knocked out the baby eels, so it's not really a problem. I don't see. I think that as long as the Magnezones aren't being targeted and he can maintain a steady flow of Eelektriks, then Jack should be okay.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, there's no energy on the no damage, sorry, on the Magnezone, so he should be set for a few more prizes with them.
Yeah, for sure. I can't really see how George is going to knock out a Magnezone next turn.
Not unless he does. Well, he's got no supporters, no Magnezone in rough.
Yeah. So now, Jack, his junk arm, his 4th junk arm, I think he's discarding.
Yeah, it's definitely.
3.
He's not been hitting any catches, which is quite interesting. Must just be really unlucky, or they're prized. So.
For communication, and with that communication, I guess he's going to go and get another Eelektrik, maybe. I don't see how useful another Eelektrik is, in all honesty.
Doesn't look like he's got. He's going for
the Magnemite. That's a solid play. He needs a 3rd Magnezone,
yeah,
otherwise he's not going to be able to keep up. If George does draw into something, he'll need that 3rd Magnezone just to clear the board at the end. But as you can see, Jack has been drawing a lot of cards, and there you go. I think he's counting his deck right there. He's got to be careful. He's got to be very careful at this point, I think.
Yeah, the problem with early Magnezones and early junk arms is that you'll draw your deck quite quickly, and he's still got 6 prizes to take because of the big Reshiram sitting there. But I do see a catcher finally.
I think he's gonna catch her up. He's taking cheaper KOs is gonna be better for him.
Conserve that energy for later on.
Exactly. I'm not sure how I feel about him bringing up the Magnezone. Obviously, I think he's trying to stop the Magnezone, which is not a bad idea. It's just I feel that the Reshiram was more of an imminent threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Because there's 2 energy on it mainly as well. It'd make him have to start again with the energy attachments.
Yeah, exactly. I think that the Magneton isn't even a terrible play there, to be honest, though, because Jack would have had to Lost Zone 3 for the Reshiram or 2 for the Magneton. But the Magneton,
getting the Magneton,
it would have given him a window back into the game, really, if he hadn't attacked it.
Yeah, definitely.
So
keep his options open for later on as well.
Yeah,
with more energy on board.
Yeah, totally. I don't know. I think George is actually thinking about his turn, which means that maybe he might have drawn something that might help him.
Yeah, possibly.
Hopefully. Okay, he's got an energy. Is that? Oh, okay. That's helped him out a lot. That's incredible. Even if he doesn't even have a supporter in his hand, all he needs is an energy next turn to be able to attack with the Typhlosions.
Yeah. He could have been holding on to that rare candy Typhlosion, I'm not sure. Because having a second one with no energy in the discard pile doesn't need to be there, it's just another catcher target.
Understandable.
Been saving that.
Rather you get them out because he could have possibly been end, because Jack obviously plays ends.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But it's all down to personal preference and situations, I think, and we'll see how this plays out. I'm not sure if Jack should be saging with those few cards left in his deck, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's definitely got less than 10.
I'm not sure what he could really be needing at this point. Obviously, a switch here would be really tasty, actually. I think a switch would be lovely. It would get his Magnezone out of the active position, and as neither decks snipe, it's going to be hard for them to knock out the damaged bench Pokemon.
Yeah, it'll stop George from just getting that easy prize off the Magnezone, because he definitely will be able to get at least an Outrage next turn.
Oh well, there's a switch in Jack's hand, and I don't know if he's going to play it or not. It would be good if he had a fresh one out, just so then there would literally be no way. There would be literally no way.
Yeah.
And I'd want to be putting a third energy.
Yeah, I probably would have went for the switch.
Yeah. I'd want to be I definitely would want to play the switch right here. But he's going to be taking a KO on this Magnemite regardless, which has really crippled George's stable form of draw power.
Counting his deck, he's doing a communication, get more cards in the deck, but from there it looks he's got 6 or 7 cards left, which is going to become an issue if he's still got. He's got 5 prizes still. Did
he not get a Magnezone in his deck? Because he could have. Obviously, I'm guessing that he was probably trying to go for the Magnezone since he had a rare candy in his hand.
I'm not sure. I'm not seeing one in his hand, so I'm guessing he just left it in there. If there's even one in there.
It could be prized.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch it, but he's low on cards in his deck, so if George isn't hitting anything predominant right now, he could just play the decking game, really.
Yeah,
exactly.
Aggro
Typhlosion, maybe.
I think that's a great idea.
It looks like George did hit a Juniper, so he'd get a fresh hand of 7. Got energy on the board, and Jack didn't play that switch, so he will be able to get the Outrage KO.
The Outrage KO here is huge. I think that's huge because it's let George put an energy on one of his bench Typhlosions, which is going to let him have. Well, it's going to be more likely for him to be able to attack with it sooner, and it's spread his options out really. Whereas forcing the attachment on the Reshiram would have probably been better, so the switch would have actually helped Jack out quite a lot there, I thought.
Yeah, it might have. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Okay, so hopefully Jack's got to try and get. I think he's got a Magnezone in his hand there. And is that his hand or is his discard pile?
Discard, yeah.
Whoa! I was about to say it's a pretty chunky hand, but yeah, we definitely need to see another Magnezone coming out of Jack, otherwise this game's going to go from like perfect setup to nothing, because I don't think a Magnemite's going to cut it against these Typhlosions.
No, I can see the rare candy, but he's obviously missing the vital part, which is the Magnezone. He's got N, which will only net him 4 cards.
But he has got a magnetic draw, so it isn't entirely relevant.
True, and I'm not sure how many cards George has in his hand. It might help him out a bit more.
I reckon since he's just played a Juniper, putting him down to 4 will be pretty good, because he just took a prize as well, so I'd imagine George's hand is pretty healthy. So I'd imagine the N would probably be a decent idea right here. Okay, so we see him play the switch here for the Magnemite.
Switch into the Magnemite.
I guess he's really trying to gamble and hitting a rare candy Magnezone. I don't see why he didn't get it. If it's in his deck though, I don't see why he didn't communication for it beforehand. But maybe he's trying to paralyze maybe he's trying to paralyze the Reshiram and then knock out a Lost Bun next go. That probably would help him
Possibly.
out. Oh wow. Oh my word! Did that just happen? Did that actually just happen off of 4 cards? He just hit the rare candy. Oh, he had a junk arm as well. So, that must be his 4th one there then.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. That's crazy. And then he gets to draw again with another magnetic draw.
Yeah, definitely. I might even consider holding off of the magnetic draw because he does have the junk arm in hand, and he's not got that much in deck. So.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, I really don't like that play though. I'm really not happy with the leaving 1 energy on the Magnezone active. He really needed, because he knows that Typhlosion, as we both know, discards energy with Flare Destroy, and he's going to be left with a Magnezone with no energy on active, and we can only hope he has a switch. And he does have the junk arm, but he didn't need to do that. He could have easily just lost zone energy off the bench Magnezone or the Eelektrik. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I would have probably gone for the electric energy, well, the energy on the Eelektrik, because there's another one there that George can catch up anyway. Yeah,
he's got a switch in his hand. He's got a switch in his hand anyway, but now, now it's more annoying because obviously he's got a Magnezone active that he's forced to switch out, and he only has 1 more junk arm, so he's only got one more switch probably in his entire deck.
I'm not sure how many energies in his discard pile, but it looks like he's only got 3 energy on the field and 2 or 3 prizes to take. So
he needs to lost zone 3 to knock out this Typhlosion right here as well, which is going to be ugly because then he's going to have no energy on the field whatsoever, and
it looks like
his eels are going to help. I'm getting the energy back, hopefully. I mean, I know there's definitely one in there because of the Typhlosion.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
definitely helpful. But he's still got this issue where he could eventually run out of energy because he's got 1 Cyndaquil and 2 Typhlosions to get through for his last 3 prizes.
It's going to be tough unless he can catch her up here and take a cheap prize in that Cyndaquil. But even then, it's not entirely useful because these Typhlosions are still going to be hitting for 70 a turn, 2 hitting the Magnezones effectively.
Yeah.
I'll really be interested to see what Jack does in this situation now. This is a make or break situation, to be honest, because George has found a window to get back into this game, and it's kind of put the pressure on Jack quite a lot now.
Yeah, definitely. He does need to get this. I think he's in a position where he does need to get rid of this Typhlosion as soon as possible.
I think he's almost realised that having that 3rd energy on the Magnezone is a good idea. Come on, Jack, you can do it. Just leave that there. There we go. I think that in this, the only problem is that he's got 2 cards in his hand, and he definitely needs more. But if he magnetic draws, he runs the risk of decking himself out, and he's in a horrible situation because all he's doing is lost burning energy and not being able to recycle it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's many in his discard pile either. So.
Well, I think he only eeled for 1 that turn. He only used the Eelektrik for 1. I'm not sure though, but
he did just make an interesting play. He only lost burned 1 to put the Typhlosion on 70.
Not sure how I feel about. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's conserving energy, but yeah, it depends what he wants to be hitting. To be honest, I mean, obviously he's going to be putting damage counters on the Typhlosion to be able to attack with it, because he keeps having to afterburn because he discards energy. But as you can see, George just retreated it out now and stopped him from taking a prize on it.
He can either run Jack out of energy or run him out of cards in his deck. So he's catched up the Eelektrik, retreated his damaged Typhlosion, and just put a fresh one active with no damage on it. So still going to have to take 3 energy to lost burn, which could cause him to run out of energy, or try and retreat the Eelektrik, which will possibly run him out of cards.
Okay, well, Jack's junk arming. I think it's his last junk arm. I don't know what he's going to get with it. Hopefully a switch. It's got to be a switch.
Yeah.
There's no way it can't be at this point, I think.
Is there any energy in there?
No, I can't even see a single energy. Oh, wow. The situation's turned very ugly for Jack very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, those Typhlosions definitely skimped his energy quite a bit. And having to force him to kill 2 Typhlosions for his last 2 prizes is definitely going to put a strain on his energy, which he doesn't have much of.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, he's had to lost in the one off the Eelektrik. Is he going to go for 3? Or is he just... Yeah, he is. He's going for the K. Oh, dear. So
Definitely.
Jack's in a really ugly position now, because if George can get out another Typhlosion this turn, and well, I know it's asking a lot, but if he can afterburner onto it again and actually attack this turn, then Jack has lost, I think, because there is no way he can access a switch or a junk arm to get that Magnezone out of the active position.
Well, it looks like Jack has 2 prizes from the top of the screen there.
And
so
George has 4.
There we go.
I really do like George's position a lot more at this point. And well, he did get the Typhlosion.
Yeah, he did get the Typhlosion, so he could just happily evolve to that and leave it there, really.
He definitely needs that. I hope he has that rare candy. Oh, he does. Oh, wow. He does have that rare candy, and then that's going to be a double afterburner, and I think that's just sealed the deal for Jack. Yeah, and he realises it too.
Jack scoops.
Moving swiftly on to game 2. So, yeah, we'll be right back with game 2. Yeah, come join us.